Happy Friday. For some reason, it kind of feels like a fun Monday, but still excited for the weekend, and it's time for a new vlog. All right, so to jump into this one, I did some visual changes. I've actually had several people message me saying, hey, can you do something with a bung board? Because it's actually pretty remarkable. Back in 2009, mobile devices for watching YouTube videos really were not a thing. It was 2010 where we saw that a lot of people were watching YouTube videos on mobile devices. It was about 40%. Yes, 40% of YouTube video views came from mobile devices. What is it nowadays? Oh, give me a break. Everybody watches YouTube videos on their mobile devices. Like, if I had to take a random guess, I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but if I had to go ahead and roll the dice, I would probably say it would be like, honestly, maybe 80 to 90%. If you're watching, listening, definitely Google that on your own to see how many YouTube video views actually come from mobile devices. It's going to utterly shock you. Watching YouTube videos on your iPhone, your iPad, whatever cell phone that you have, smartphone. But here is the bigger catch. There are more people in 2026 that watch YouTube videos on their telly than actually watch cable, like cable vision, like TV shows, HBO, like I swear. The television is really, or rather cable vision is going to be a thing of the past. YouTube on your TV is the future, because a smart TV is essentially just one big iPad if you really think about it. It really is. So, several people have said to me, hey, I watch your videos on my like 50 inch television. The white is actually hurting my eyes. Can you make some changes? So last night, I actually really didn't play RuneScape too much. I actually had somewhat of a migraine. Definitely weather related, which sucks. So I kind of swayed off technology, but I did load one of my vlogs onto my 55-inch TV in my bedroom, and oh yeah, it was pretty bad, especially at like 8 o'clock at night when you're trying to be in a dark room, soothing a migraine. So I ended up changing the color here on the bung board. Definitely drop a comment below if this color change definitely helps your eyes if you are sensitive like mine. Yesterday I had some technical difficulties. I ended up installing two pieces of software. Actually, no, not software, hardware on this brand new laptop that ended up costing close to $5,000. And for a brand new $5,000 laptop with upgrades, giving me a bunch of black screens of death, it needs to utterly be kicked in the nuts. So it's either the hard drive that I've installed into the laptop or my new RAM sticks. I ended up checking in the BIOS. I ended up doing a bunch of scans. Everything looks very kosher. I mean, device manager, everything's up to date. My video card is up to date. Everything, I honestly don't know. My suspicion is that Windows 11 just fucking sucks, and I can't stand it. I get, like, even on my laptop that I usually have on my lap, that I ended up getting back in early of 2024, 2 years ago actually. It was the Asus TUF, and it was only like $1,600. It wasn't the high-end laptop, but that has Windows 11. My old laptop that I got in 2022 has Windows 10. And I upgraded the RAM. I did not install another hard drive though, but I never had like any issues with it. Never. I just, we're going to be getting Windows 12 in the near future, and oh boy. Yeah. we get a bunch of, and of course, if you go on to any type of website, they always say, oh, well, you know, we can help you. You know, I got a party hat near me, but I got to get a tinfoil hat. But then again, do I really need a tinfoil hat, you Bill Gates bastard? Yeah. You go ahead and create a crappy operating system, then you sell people upgrades to fix your crappy operating system. How much money are you making? Seriously. Oh, man. We gotta talk about that in later on videos as well. Okay, so anyways, yesterday I uploaded a new video on my main channel. Definitely check that out. Best of 2025 edition of Nightmare RH. I did not get a chance to upload anything on my gaming channel, but I did do some 2004scape, so I might put out a 2004scape video tomorrow, actually, or I might be able to kind of really poop it out today, not entirely sure. My health channel, I'm periodically posting stuff on there. The content right now that I'm posting is primarily for the polycystic kidney disease community. There's a lot of people actually pretty much being told the same shit that I got told. Oh, there's nothing you can do, blah, blah, blah. Continue eating a lot of sugar, and exercise isn't going to help you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, go figure, right? We live in a world where it is very driven to just keep you on drugs for the rest of your life. And by all means, I'm not saying that all medication is bad, but if you go ahead and try to put someone on medication or tell them there's nothing they can do, you're being lied to. So if you're in that category, you should definitely check out a lot of people that I followed in the last year and a half to reverse a lot of health issues. I ended up uploading all my stuff into Google Gemini. Google Gemini said that I had a 0.7% chance of it working. So, yeah, that is a medical phenomenon, a medical miracle, if you really think about it. Sailing is rock and rolling. I'm about to be 64 here, relatively soon. I'm actually doing some boats and hoes right now as I make this vlog. Yeah, so 24K EXP. I have not done Tortuga Quest. I more than likely will do the Tortuga Quest here eventually, probably once I get done with this. I literally love how I am just logging on to RuneScape and just doing sailing. I haven't played RuneScape like this in a very long time, but if I leave this spot, it's a pain in the ass to really get back to it. So I honestly got a lot of boat upgrades I got to do. Plus, I'm almost positive I can actually hire another crewmate as well. But once I go ahead and get this one level, I can go ahead and start doing pirate shipwrecks. A lot more EXP, which I'm really looking forward to. EXP is going to be rock and rolling. Once I go ahead and hire another crewmate, I could very well have both these mofos doing salvaging, and I could just be sorting. That's definitely one method that people do. I believe that's actually the max amount of EXP you can get. You basically have Jobless Jim, and then you have another shipmate, or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe I got to be on one of the salvaging hooks, and I honestly got to see. Regardless, it doesn't matter. This skill, like I said in the previous vlog here, it's pretty much like a done deal, like for the most part. This is just essentially all you do to 99. It's really nothing more. This is RuneScape. RuneScape used to be called a little kids game for a reason, and the reason it used to be called a little kids game is because you would just stand in one spot and just gain EXP. Oh man, I love RuneScape so much. Okay, holy shit, nightmare from the past. Today we're going to be talking about runecrafting, and we're also going to be talking about blue party hats. Blue party hats is a topic that I'm currently covering here. Okay, so I uploaded this vlog back a very long time ago, 2010, oh boy, 15 years ago-ish, will be 16 years, March 28th of this year. Um, so I wanted to talk about pretty much runecrafting during the OG days, and really, or let me even go like a step further back. Many years ago, when I first started playing this game, runecrafting was like the OG way to get 90, or if you wanted, okay, if you came up to me and said, hey man, how did you make your GP? And I told you to go and shove a pound of bricks up your bunghole because I just don't want to spread the knowledge and spread the wealth, and I want to hoard all the GP for myself. And then you go ahead and look me up on the high scores, and you notice something very valuable. You notice that my runecrafting level is 99, and I also have like 20-something million EXP in 99 runecrafting. And something pretty spectacular happens at level 91 of runecrafting, which is you craft double nature runes. So if you go back in time during 2006, you go back during 2007, even early 2008. Actually, no. 2008 is a bad example. That's when God Wars was added. Before the Grand Exchange, before literally The Last of Us, I started a podcast, little episode series last year on my main channel, titled The Last of Us, and was really talking about a lot of things before the Grand Exchange was installed on RuneScape. Because if you played RuneScape before the Grand Exchange, before late December 2007, you saw RuneScape during a time period that is no longer like existing unless you go on 2004scape. But even 2004scape, it does not have everything up to date just yet. You're obviously missing a lot of skills. You're obviously missing a lot of bosses, equipment. So a lot of things are very left out. And of course, it's just not, actual RuneScape as a whole. But runecrafting during this time was like really deemed as the OG skilling money-making way. Now, I was a very unique bubble back then because during late 2007, or actually, I wasn't on RuneScape late 2007. I was on RuneScape up until May of 2007. Then I ended up stopped playing RuneScape. It was really the only time I stopped playing RuneScape. From the end of May 2007 up until April 2008. Just joined the military out of high school then. Even on my military deployments, I still found ways to check RuneScape like periodically. But during that time period, I legitimately swayed away from anything RuneScape related. Now, of course, during that time frame, I didn't have a following on YouTube, so that is also very different as well. One of the reasons why on my deployments, still periodically checking stuff, because of my YouTube following. I will definitely say that my deployments, and for the love of my country, definitely has hurt my YouTube following over the years. Go figure, huh? Yeah, crazy. Anyways, during that time frame before May of 2007, I was very much rocking a lot of GP on my body. And I remember that people would look me up on high scores and they would be baffled. Because typically anyone that was walking around with a red Halloween mask, which was 45 million GP at the time, walking around with a dragon chain, which was 16 mil, a amulet of fury, 3 mil, dragon plate legs, 2 mil, an abyssal whip, 3.5 mil, A obby cape, 500k, an obby shield, 500k. You're talking the amount of GP I had on my body was close to 75 mil. And I'm also at the trading areas on the game, basically buying tens and tens of millions of items to merchant. So somebody could look at me and be like, your runecrafting sucks. And my runecrafting back then was terrible. Utterly terrible. Actually, hold on one second. Let me see if I can actually find a screenshot. 1 second. I gotta pull up some stuff. Hold on here. Hold on. Nightmare's gonna go back in time. Let's see. So we got here's a good example. November 2006. November 27, 2006, right here. So my runecrafting was 35. In this screenshot, some fart knocker was trying to pretend to be a girl to steal my GP. Yeah, that's a real thing and probably still is to this day. If you go ahead and look at me and you say, how is this possible? My Slayer is dirt cheap. My runecrafting is beyond low. How the hell did this guy make all his GP? So, I remember back in 2006, I want to say it was around this same time period, because I believe it was about the same time that I had actually just bought my red Halloween mask. And it's actually kind of comical because it was a coin toss. I was debating on buying a red Halloween mask or a dragon full helm. And if I had bought the dragon full helm, I would have gone like, when I started playing RuneScape again in April of 2008, a dragon full helm actually went up in value to around 50, 60 mil. But the red Halloween mask, because of the Grand Exchange, rare items became useless because merchanters couldn't rack up the value. It plummeted from 45 mil down to like 10 mil. I should have bought more. I honestly, I had the GP. I really should have. Oh, man, I should have hoarded those rare... Okay, whatever. Anyways, the funny thing about it is that I had so many people come up to me saying, dude, how did you make your money? Like, your skills just suck. I remember looking at, oh, I now remember. Yeah, you're welcome, everyone. See what being sober from alcohol does for over 1 year? My brain remembers things from the past. Oh, man. Oh. The person that I bought the red Halloween mask from was rocking a blue party hat. And I remember looking this guy up, and this individual did have 99 runecrafting. Not a high person in combat stats and stuff, but definitely 99. So you can look at a person and say, that makes a lot of sense, because you ended up getting like 99 runecrafting and then you bought like your party hat. Now, what were party hat prices back in 2006? I got to really deep dive and really see. I know obviously back in 2009 they were like a couple hundred mil, but back in 2006, 2007, they may have been the same price. And then maybe they ended up crashing after the Grand Exchange. But I got to make a whole separate video. So the whole point about it is that runecrafting many, many years ago, it was like the great way to make GP by skilling. Anyone that saw that you had like 99 runecrafting, you were probably rolling in dough. The amount of GP that you would have made back then was epic. Hundreds of millions of GP for like 2006, 2005. Like, that's incredible, right? Utterly unreal. Could probably more than likely own like all the rare items back then. But why didn't everyone do Runecrafting 299 back then? I mean, if it's so incredible and so awesome, why didn't it, happen? Why didn't people do why weren't the masses doing Runecrafting? If it's so awesome, then why didn't we all do it? Because it fucking sucks, that's why. So, on a closing note here, I really am happy that Runecrafting on old school RuneScape, I can semi AFK, because if I had to legitimately run back and forth, I think that's kind of really even worse than doing agility. Even though I could be a baller and I could do Wraith runes and I could do the highest, most expensive, like, type of runecrafting, and I very well may. Maybe when I'm ready to do runecrafting, I do some live streaming and I go ahead and talk to you all for a couple hours. Then I, like, go ahead and actually craft some, runes. We can all maybe do some runecrafting, lose our mind together, but still. The overall premise is that there are so many ways to make, like, GP on this game. It's right, like, here in front of you, but the GP money-making methods nowadays are actually a lot, like, less intense. I was actually talking to a couple clan members of mine. If you are not in a old-school RuneScape clan, Clan Nightmare RH is always recruiting. More than welcome to come. Just please don't be an a-hole. I honestly do not have patience for toxic a-holes anymore. I really don't. Just play the game and be respectful. That's all I really ask. You can still be immature and be like Beavis and Butthead in a way, but there's a difference between joking around and then there's a difference between causing drama that hurts like other people in a bad way. Not like in a Big Brother, joking around style way. Like you are an asshole. Had to ban some people fairly recently, but still. The whole premise is that sailing does make you moolah. Oh yes, it really does. It makes you moolah in follow-on ways. But just about everything on old school RuneScape can make you GP. Back in like 2006, like RuneScape was seen as, Runecrafting was seen like, hey, I want a party hat. What should I do? Well, if you want a party hat, you should do Runecrafting. Easy GP, do some Slayer. You got Runecrafting for the skiller, you got Slayer for the combat. Now it's kind of pretty much like, hey, you want monstrous GP, do some raiding. Become like the top 1% of PKers and make a lot of GP. You can still do Runecrafting for a lot of GP as well. Slayer, honestly, a lot of people consider Slayer nowadays to be like a skill, which is ass backwards. It's still combat, but it's overall the premise is that during 2006, we lived in such interesting times with this game. And I really just want to wrap it up here and say that if you were on RuneScape during 2006, it was very interesting. Let me just say that. All right, everyone. Should be able to make a new vlog tomorrow along with a new video on my main channel. As always, on a closing note, check out my book on Amazon if you want more of Nightmare RH. Otherwise, I love you all. Take it easy if I don't see you over the weekend. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday as always, and later.